Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Corina. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are coming back for another time, welcome again. I'm super excited because today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I decorate for Halloween. We do celebrate Halloween. My husband is a children's pastor and I grew up celebrating Halloween, and I think that it's super fun and just a great thing to celebrate and be able to dress up and teach our son how to celebrate holidays in a way that's healthy and balanced and about celebrating time together. So I'm starting by looking through my decor bin that I have. I did not purchase anything new for our Halloween decor this year. I just used what I had and it was plenty. So I'm starting by taking down the decor on our dining table. That was for our fall home decor. If you missed that video, I'll have it linked up in the little eye in the sky for you to check out in case you wanted to see how all of our fall decor came together. But I'm just putting everything away. That table runner needed to get washed, and then I'm also going to just clean off the table. I use the Mrs. Meyer's apple cider scent in the fall. I love it. And then I also use some disinfecting wipes to just make sure the table's really clean. I haven't cleaned it in a couple of days, and our 1-year-old likes to get food everywhere, so I think that's a pretty typical 1-year-old thing. So the table gets messy pretty often, even though he sits in a high chair. So the next thing I'm doing is pulling out this Halloween table runner. I got this from Home Goods last year, and I'm actually folding in the ends because I knew that just sitting there, Elias would be able to pull it off the table, and I didn't want him to be able to do that. So now I like to do a little pumpkin grove, as I call it, on our table in October for Halloween. So I'm pulling out all of my black and white and kind of neutral colored and orange pumpkins that I have. All of these pumpkins are like craft style pumpkins. Those are either from the Target dollar spot or I got a couple I think from Michael's the year before, but mostly Target dollar spot, and they are like a foam, so they're really great if you have kids. Even if they pull them down off of the table, they won't be able to like mess them up or break them or anything like that. And basically what I do for this is an idea I came up with last year, and I really enjoy it. It's basically like a DIY pumpkin patch. So I take all of these pumpkins and I just scatter them around the table and put them in different little groupings throughout, so that we have this adorable little pumpkin patch going on our dining table. I almost forgot to put our napkins out because we do use those every time we sit at the table, so it's just a nice thing to have available and accessible and kind of in the midst of the decor. So I put those out and then rearrange the pumpkins a little bit. And you can see I kind of like go back and forth with doing different things here for the decor, but it's just kind of a part of the process, is seeing what you like and changing things around just a little bit. So this little pumpkin had a minor injury, and so I used a permanent marker to just fill in the black paint that was missing there, and it was good as new. So here's what the completed table looks like with the little pumpkin patch on it. And then I'm going to move into our living room. This is the second area I put Halloween decor out in. My husband calls this the scary pumpkin. He's our little jack-o'-lantern, and a full-size Bath & Body Works candle does fit in it, so I love it. I think I got that jack-o'-lantern from Home Goods a couple of years ago. And this little frame has a picture of our son from last year in it, and I'm going to update the picture with a pumpkin patch picture this year. And that's pretty much it for the console in our living room. I left the floral the same as my fall decor tour, and the pumpkin patch frame, or cutest pumpkin in the patch frame, came from Kirkland, so I think they still have it. And then another area that I always change out per season is our coffee bar. I should say my coffee bar. My husband does not drink coffee. Let me know in a comment down below if your spouse drinks coffee, if you drink coffee, or if neither of you drinks coffee. I think it's pretty funny that my husband does not like coffee at all, but I literally cannot go a day without it. So on my little tiered stand here, I like to put these fun mugs, and I have different mugs for different seasons. So these are my Halloween mugs. The little kitty one, or kitty, the first one I showed you guys is a Yorkie, which is what our dog is, and then the second one is a mummy mug, and it says, "Are you my mummy?" And then I also just have a monogrammed mug out there too. And I transferred over my coffee from this large carafe to a smaller one to accommodate that on the tray so that it fits a little better. I just drink Folgers. I really think it's really good, and I like the different varieties they have, so it works for me, and I'm not super fancy with my coffee. Alright, so I'm going to put this back on the tray and show you guys kind of how it looks like all together. And my little spelling bee mug also. And here's an overview of the coffee bar. Alright, and I think the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and bake some banana bread, which is one of my fall favorite treats.
Alright guys, so here is the banana coffee cake that I'm going to be making today. I'll have it linked below. I just found it off of Pinterest. Okay, so, I'm going to be using some different. I'm going to use a small baking probably both and then
Alright friends, so I'm just doing the recipe for the banana bread. I'm just kind of, I honestly don't really follow recipes exactly. I kind of do my own thing and vary it a little bit. With this particular recipe, it called for some almond milk in the cake, and I only did a little bit of the almond milk, so I kind of tweak it a little bit to what I think makes the most sense. And I've been baking for a really long time, so by no means am I an expert, but I get like a good sense of kind of how things will come together as I'm in the midst of the recipe. So I'll tweak things and add things in here and there. So that's just what I like to do. And we do always have bananas pretty much at home. So once they get brown like this, I will either put them in the freezer and use them in smoothies and protein shakes, or I will bake something with them, or I'll just put them in the freezer and use them for baking later. You can also do that, so if you don't have something to bake immediately, you can just save it and bake something later. But always make sure you take the peels off before you put them in the freezer. That is a helpful tip. Alright guys, so here's the batter coming together, and again, like I said, it called to add almond milk, but this looks pretty sufficient to me. So I went ahead and started on the crumble that goes into the cake, and this cake, let me tell you guys, it came out so good. I kept calling it banana bread, and that's honestly kind of just what we called it between my husband and I, but it technically was a banana bread coffee cake, so it's almost like a hybrid. So it has this great crumb topping, and the cake was nice and moist and light and so good. I ended up keeping the square pan for my husband and I, and the loaf pan I took to my parents because they had some company in town, and I thought it would be a nice breakfast for them to share with their company. So the crumb topping you put in the middle and then also on the top. So I'm doing the second layer here of the banana bread, coffee cake, whatever you want to call it. And then I will do more crumb topping over both of the tops of these, and they will be ready to go in the oven. Right, I have my oven at 350, and I did start it out at 25 minutes, which is less time than the recipe called for, because I was using smaller pans than the 9x13 pan that the recipe recommended. It ended up cooking a little longer than 25 minutes, but I just kept an eye on it and added a couple minutes at a time. And here I'm just cutting a piece. It was still pretty warm at this point, and I'm gonna give it a little taste test here to see how it actually comes out. Because honestly, you can totally make a recipe, but if it doesn't come out very good, then why would you share it? But let me tell you guys, this was really good. It was super, super tasty. Like I said, so moist and light, and just a really great breakfast. This is a really great thing to make on the weekends or to make ahead for the week if you want to have a nice little indulgent fall breakfast for yourself and your family for the week. So that's what I had, just some coffee and banana bread, and here's another look at how everything came together for our Halloween decor. Alright guys, so this is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be sharing more home tours and decor ideas and how we've turned our home from a fixer-upper to a home that we really, really love. And I do share videos 3 times a week, so if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up so I know to keep the home decor videos coming and sharing these with you guys. Hope you guys have a great Sunday, and I will talk to you very soon.